rape, fondling, burglary, dating violence. These happen every day, week, and year, and we know about them, but yet we're silent about them. What if I were to tell you that in 2016, UNC had 9 rape cases, 2 fondling cases, 3 burglary cases, and 3 dating violence cases on campus? And what if I were to tell you that in 2017, UNC had 8 rape cases, 3 fondling cases, 1 burglary case, and 7 dating violence cases on campus? You might say the data got worse in other places, but better in others. But what if I were to tell you that in 2018, UNC had 17 rape cases, 6 fondling cases, 1 burglary case, and 5 dating violence cases on campus? Lastly, what if I were to tell you that in 2020, there has already been a report of 3 rape cases on campus? Mind you, we were only on campus for 3 months. The University of Northern Colorado Police do a great job at their job, but we cannot expect them to be able to stop every single crime and be at our beck and call every second of every day. The crime rate has gone up, and we have to do something about it. Now, before I give you my solution, imagine that these crimes had happened to you, a loved one, or a friend. You'd want to make sure that you're safe and have a way of protecting yourself. So, what's my solution? Martial arts. Now, for those of you who know nothing about martial arts, you would say, "Oh, cool, teach me." But for those of you who know something, you know it's not that easy. There are so many different forms and styles of martial arts. So I'm going to rank and break it down for you. And you're not just going to get my opinion, you're going to get Montique David's opinion. He is well known for reviewing and ranking different forms of martial arts, especially the UFC. Personally, I have practiced and still do practice many of these styles of martial arts. But my favorite styles are judo, boxing, and BJJ. Now, let's break it down. Number 5, Kung Fu or Karate. This is what most people think I do. It's the typical Taekwondo you see in movies. Karate and Kung Fu have very accurate skills and techniques, but they lack the actual power to do damage. Now, here's where Montique and I disagree. Number 4, he would put as judo, but number 4 for me is wrestling. Wrestling is very helpful when you are on the ground, but as a fighter, you would know you'd never want to be on the ground. Wrestlers are very strong, so they pack a very great punch, but lack the accuracy and skill set to do it correctly. Back on track, Montique and I agree that boxing is number 3. Boxing is loaded with power punches and kicks, and so much more. Boxing focuses on footwork, protection of the head, and having flawless technique. Now, I'm putting judo at number 2. This is where Montique would have put wrestling. Judo is excellent for getting leverage, gaining a good position in your fight, and for me, hip tosses, swing kicks are great ways to get your opponent on the ground. Big note, you never want to be the one on the ground. You want to be the one on top. Judo is one of my favorites because my inspiration won the Strikeforce Women's Championship. Her name is Ronda Rousey. Now, the number 1 spot belongs to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I know I have said the whole time, don't go on the ground. But BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, applies to on and off ground work. There are so many takedowns, maneuvers, moves, tricks used in BJJ. It's the hardest to achieve belts-wise, but it's where I have learned body awareness. So, now that I have told you a ton of different forms of martial arts, I would tell you my top 3, boxing, judo, and BJJ, are the best styles to know in any crisis. Boxing, you'll have the power. Judo, you'll have the technique. And BJJ, you'll have the uphand advantage if things go worse. Personally, I found judo to be my strong suit. I have the power from years of training, but I still have years of practice to get the techniques down perfectly. When I was promoted to being an instructor, one of my many teachers told me, "You are still a student. You do not know everything. You are learning just as the students do." He is right. I'll never be perfect, and I'll always have things to work on. I got started in martial arts because I didn't want to do anything else. But now it's become a passion and a job. For me, it's also become very useful because I may have had to use martial arts a couple of times. Another big part of martial arts is you never start the fight. Martial arts is defense, not offense. In martial arts, you learn a ton of self-defense. So you'll be able to not only protect yourself, but others as well. What's cool is a stranger would never know you practice martial arts. So if anything were to happen and you started defending yourself, then they would be shocked and probably give up because you are no longer an easy target. According to Bernie, my instructor, mentor, and 5th degree black belt, once said, "I'd rather have you defending yourself and end up dead where they tried to take you." He's saying that you never know what you're capable of. He's always said that you'd rather have you defending yourself and end up dead where they tried to take you than actually taking you. As sad as it is, it's true. If you reject my ideas, things could go terribly wrong. By rejecting the idea of martial arts and learning to defend yourself, you could become one of the statistics I mentioned at the beginning. Sure, someone might grab you or hit you, but what if a knife or a gun were all of a sudden involved? You'd have no idea how to defend yourself, whereas I do. So, if you don't want to defend yourself and be left hopeless, then you're a goner. But instead, you could learn martial arts and defend yourself. So, what are you waiting for? Martial arts is everywhere. Just pick up your phone and find a studio. Now, if you don't want to sign up for a membership, that's fine. You could practice boxing at literally any gym. Want to know something even cooler? I work and train at Premier Martial Arts in Aurora. We practice and offer free self-defense seminars all the time. And we even let our new members do a week free. There are so many options out there. It's just a matter of finding your fit. As Ronda Rousey once said, you have to fight because you can't count on anyone else fighting for you. And you have to fight for the people who can't fight for themselves. To get anything of real value, you have to fight for it. Thank you.